I lost count for the number of times that I've purchased Star Wars on VHS, Laserdisc, widescreen VHS, DVD, standard def DVD, special edition, blah, 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 Blu-ray, digital edition, final Blu-ray edition of the 6 Star Wars movies. It's kind of laughable, but I actually happened to save the case because I liked it with this little hologram for the VHS special edition of Star Wars that I kept. But I actually got rid of the VHSs because they did not function so well. And I use it to actually hold some standard def DVDs that I have from Star Wars that I have not as yet gotten rid of. These were a sort of bootleg special edition from the widescreen. You can see that this was, I don't know, it was a widescreen edition of the originals, which was awesome. But I also have the Star Wars Robot Chicken, which is loads of. I like anything sort of obscure Star Wars in terms of weird DVD. And most of the stuff is on YouTube anyways. But what also I have here are the prequels, right? Okay, the prequels. And one of the things that I find very interesting, I've got all the prequels on standard def, is the DVD of Episode 1. There is a documentary on this that's about a 70-minute documentary called The Beginning. It only ever was on the standard def DVD of Star Wars Episode 1. And when you watch the beginning, there's no soaring Star Wars music with the Force theme. There's no like talking about nostalgia and Star Wars. It's literally like fly on the wall, documentary style, following George Lucas through the making of Star Wars Episode 1, from writing, on a legal pad to having Steven Spielberg visit the set and see the battle droids for the first time, to casting Jake Lloyd. And it's interesting, in this casting session, Jake Lloyd is there along with 2 other actors. And I got to say, maybe Jake Lloyd was not the best actor. So, and you look at it, it's almost like you could add a laugh track, because every time George is talks about how I'm going to make this big decision and do this, you can kind of see oh my God, he doesn't know. There's no one to say no to him. What's amazing about this documentary called The Beginning, which is only on when they released the Blu-rays of Star Wars, the 6 movies on Blu-ray, that documentary, The Beginning, is not on the Blu-rays. It's only on the standard def DVD, but also it's on the Star Wars official channel on YouTube. You can watch The Beginning. And it really is a fascinating documentary. It's the most intimate doc that really gets you in the head of George Lucas. So I highly recommend seeking out this short documentary, this 70-minute documentary, which the rumor is that the documentary filmmaker who made it thought that this documentary, he'd do a 2-hour version and it would be released in theaters. But the critical and fan reaction to Episode 1 was so mixed that they just made it an extra on the DVD, which kind of sucks. I also have here, it's Os Trapajoles na Guerra das Planetas, Battle of the Planets. It is a Spanish ripoff of Star Wars made around the time of the original Star Wars, and it's terrible. But I love to throw these on and just kind of see when Star Wars came out, it influenced a lot of things, including Battlestar Galactica, right, which was on television with effects by John Dykstra. So anything that's sort of a terrible Star Wars thing, I like to kind of just keep around, because no one will remember this crap except for me. Os trapolos na guerra das planetas. I know I pronounced that incorrectly.